including Canelo, as much as I hate him. And I really don't know where Canelo goes, seriously.
I don't expect anything less than that with that kind of person. He's an...
Sometimes styles make fights. Sometimes fighters get a little tentative. They get a little, gun shy. So you never know until that bell rings.
Canelo. Jesus, Lord. Come on. You're getting paid all this money to fight against a runner who we all knew was going to run. A Cuban style. You chose him. And now you say you hate fighting runners? Well then, don't fight runners. We all know who we want to see you in against. That's Benavidez. Go up against Benavidez. Fight Benavidez. He won't run. What's wrong with that? It's a good fight. But it's sad. It really is.
Once a powerhouse partnership that packed arenas and ruled pay-per-view under Golden Boy Promotions, their relationship eventually fell apart in a very public fallout. What followed were lawsuits, claims of betrayal, and a fierce clash of egos centered on control, money, and influence.
Because he's mad because I leave Golden Boy. I'm the diamond in Golden Boy. Golden Boy is not the same without me. That's why he's angry. I have the proofs. I have proofs. I put my liars in, and he tried to steal money. I have proofs. I don't want to do anything against that kind of guys. I don't want that vibes. I don't really give a shit about Oscar. But if he says something here in my territory, I need to say something, right?
Oscar De La Hoya has said he felt betrayed and pushed aside, arguing that Canelo Alvarez played a role in a takeover that weakened his company. On the other hand, Canelo maintains that he was restricted and not given the respect he believed he earned.
I've seen some stuff with the whole Oscar De La Hoya thing.
I'm glad to go away from him.
Yeah.
He's fucking crazy.
We're really good friends with Dana White. Yeah. And he doesn't like Oscar De La Hoya too, I said.
Oscar De La Hoya has announced he's coming out of retirement to box again.
Cocaine isn't cheap.
I think nobody.
Because he's a vacuum, right?
Every time he's in problems, he don't have any fighters left. Ryan Garcia, because he signed with him. Now Ryan Garcia, I think he's in a problem with him. That's why nobody wants to be with him, because he's no loyal.
Prime for prime, who wins, you or De La Hoya?
Huh?
Prime for prime, who wins, you or Oscar?
Fucking easy. Motherfucker is fucking easy money.
What started as a historic alliance has now turned into a personal grudge, with Oscar De La Hoya backing David Benavidez as his path to payback. Waiting in the super middleweight division is the man many call the most dangerous presence at 168. Benavidez, known as the Mexican Monster, stands as the clear top contender. He brings non-stop pressure, imposing size, and serious knockout power.
I'm not scared of nobody. I'm the youngest guy, 3-time world champion, 168 division. I'll pull my belts against anybody, and I guarantee you I'll knock everybody out.
I think Oscar had a lot to get off his chest, and he finally had the platform to do it. This is the first press conference he's had not first, but, as a fighter fighting Canelo. So I feel he's entitled to say whatever he wants to say. Everybody says what they want about him, so why can't he speak his mind?
How about this? Prime Canelo, prime Oscar. Who do you think wins that fight?
Oscar all day. Prime Oscar beats everybody.
For longtime fans and analysts have been eager for a clash between Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez, a matchup many view as the most difficult test of Canelo's career. Sensing the moment, Oscar De La Hoya launched a public push to make the fight happen.
So it turns out I'm not the only one who thinks Canelo is an arrogant piece of shit. Turki Al-Sheikh recently revealed that Canelo refused to meet with him in person and isn't entertaining any deals to be done with him. Why? Because he's outpriced himself so much that the Saudis don't even want to deal with him. And it's all because he will do anything not to fight David Benavidez. Look, Turkey is trying to make the best fights that everybody wants to see. And Canelo continues to take the fights that nobody wants to see. Canelo, you're really making the wrong enemies. But you know what?
He did more than recommend the matchup. Oscar de la Hoya openly accused Canelo Alvarez of steering clear of the most dangerous fighter at 168 pounds. As fans continued to call for the bout, his criticism grew louder and more personal. Through a wave of interviews and social media posts, he laid out his argument, insisting that Canelo would never step in with David Benavidez, not because of money, but because Benavidez is younger, fresher, and too skilled.
Why can you not give us Canelo Benavidez? Why? Canelo, why? I do not understand it. You're demanding $200 million? Like, come on, dude. Basically, Canelo doesn't want to give us the good fights. Imagine if Canelo and Benavidez gets made. That's the Super Bowl of boxing. Boxing is on the rise. Canelo, don't screw it up for us. I thought I would never say this, but Canelo's scared. Literally, I thought I would, as a fighter, I know fighters are not scared. But wow, we've been begging Canelo, please, Canelo, please. We want this fight. It's all ego. It's all just being arrogant. You know, come on, just get paid. It's going to be the biggest payday of your career anyway. Not just what you're asking, but man, we need this fight. Boxing needs this fight.
That statement directly questioned Canelo Alvarez's confidence, implying that the pound-for-pound star was wary of a younger and more determined challenger. Oscar de la Hoya then went even further, predicting that David Benavidez would stop Canelo if they ever met. He also claimed Canelo had a quiet plan to sidestep the matchup by demanding an unrealistic purse between $150 and $200 million. According to de la Hoya, the tactic is a familiar one in boxing, asking for a number so high that the fight never actually happens while appearing interested on the surface.
Again, that's just another way to say I don't want to fight him. That's the bottom line. That's basically it. I don't want to fight him. So you throw out a number. I mean, it's classic from boxing 101. If you don't want to fight somebody, just outbid yourself, outprice yourself.
People think it's fair. Some people think it's like fair.
Then we're not going to see the fight. And I want to see the fight.
Benavidez would be a threat for anybody. I love his style. I love his mentality. Straightforward. You know, he's a great fighter. I wouldn't take that route. Canelo should take a different route. I think
the tension surrounding the David Benavidez fight is not happening on its own. It is driven by a long record of tough negotiations and power plays at the highest level of boxing. A recent and highly public case involves one of Oscar de la Hoya's top fighters, Ryan Garcia.
Hall of Fame boxer, Oscar de la Hoya. First of all, thank you so much for the interview. What do you make of the rehydration clause? This is news to me. I knew there was a catch weight, but there's a rehydration clause. Is there any concern for you as far as that for your fighter?
no concern whatsoever. Both fighters are professionals. Both fighters have been waiting for this fight for a long time, and so the fact that they've already been training, the weight is down on Ryan Garcia, on Tank Davis. They're professionals, so there's no issue whatsoever. It's sometimes standard to have some kind of clause like that in a contract, but we strongly feel that both fighters will have no issues whatsoever.
When Ryan Garcia was preparing to face Gervonta Davis, Oscar de la Hoya said that Davis's camp pushed for strict rehydration terms that capped how much weight Garcia could regain after the weigh-in. De la Hoya later argued in public that those conditions were put in place to sap his fighter's strength and leave him at a disadvantage on fight night.
You know, when Tank Davis and his team, drained Ryan and had all those rehydration clauses, and you could only gain so much weight during fight day, it takes a toll on your body, and it doesn't make it fair for anybody.
Whoever makes the first mistake, is obviously gonna get the short end of the stick. Mm-hmm. But I see those Ryan and Tank want each other so bad. Mm-hmm. I think styles are gonna go out the window and they're gonna clash. That's all I see.
How do you look to you based on this last performance now coming into this Ryan fight?
This last fight, I have to give Ryan the advantage, not just because he's with Golden Boy, but look, Tank's a beast. He is. I mean, I remember a long time ago, I said, man, don't fight Tank. Not just yet. Tank is a beast. I remember saying that at the StubHub. Yeah, when somebody asked me, and I said, you know what, this guy's a beast. So, but now I have to give Ryan the advantage because Ryan's a fighter who fights tall and throws that snap jab with the right hand, that check hook. I mean, if he catches Tank coming in, it's sayonara. It's goodbye. It's good night.
Did you see that him troubling?
After seeing what he believed were unfair tactics used against one of his biggest stars, Oscar De La Hoya now looks at Canelo Alvarez reported $200 million demand for a fight with David Benavidez with serious doubt. He does not see it as a normal negotiating number, but as another familiar strategy in boxing, setting a price so high that it blocks a risky matchup from ever happening.
What's up, bro?
Dimitri Bivol's got his idea of what he thinks that fight's worth, and obviously it's still just standard procedure, and we'll see where we get to with it. I mean, I think his priority is to fight Dimitri Bivol. Yeah. I'm not part of the offers made to Canelo about Benavidez. Didn't sound like a lot of money to me for a fight of that magnitude, but that's over to Eddie Reynoso and Canelo.
The criticism did not stop at doubting his courage. It also challenged his actual ability in the ring.
Okay, breakdown. Canelo, Charlo next week. Should be a good fight. So Canelo, obviously, he's very flat-footed, heavy inside the ring. He literally walks like he has quicksand on his feet. But I think that if he throws those big bombs on Charlo's arms, obviously during the rounds, his arms will come down. And in the later rounds, Canelo will chop him down and eventually maybe stop him. But if Charlo keeps his jab, double, triple, double, up, down, and throws combinations and moves and stays this distance, he can give Canelo a lot of trouble. Just like Bivol. He was throwing punches, coming back out. Throwing punches, coming back out. Keep your distance, use your jab, boom. Should be an easy win for Canelo, or should be a masterful performance by Charlo.
Oscar De La Hoya publicly suggested that Canelo Alvarez should consider a new trainer, arguing that his current style was weak because he tends to stay too flat on his feet.
Get a new trainer. I can't advise him on retiring or staying in box. That's a very personal decision. But I can say, hey, get a new trainer. You'll do better. A new trainer will teach you different tricks. Will imagine him getting one of the best trainers out there in the world, like a Ronnie Shields, who's going to teach you footwork, who's going to teach you speed and movement and not be so heavy on your feet. So imagine with his power and with his reflexes, he still has a chance to fight several more fights with the elites, but he needs a new trainer. Floyd, for me, is the best trainer I've ever had in my life. He would revitalize his style. He would make him a new fighter. That's how great Floyd is.
He went further, claiming that Canelo Alvarez's main flaw is losing his composure when facing quicker, more elusive fighters.
He was feeling and thinking. It's called frustration. You know, when you're facing a Floyd, he got frustrated. When he faced Bivol, he got frustrated, tried to lift him up and body slam him in the ring. When he got hit by Crawford and he took that deep breath, he was frustrated. Don't get me wrong. Canelo facing the right opponent that's going to stay in front of him, that's going to fight, that's going to make it a brawl, Canelo knocks him out. So I'm not saying Canelo's shot or done. No, it's far from it. It's all on the matchmaking. It's all who you put in front of him. It's all about squeezing those last dollars from the fans, Canelo. You want to squeeze the fans. Come on, take it easy on the fans.
He made the critique deeply personal, directly asking Canelo Alvarez why he seemed to hold so much animosity. Was it because he faced every challenger while avoiding David Benavidez? Was it because fans might always remember him as someone who dodged the toughest fights?
And Canelo just can't help himself when it comes to being an ungrateful, jealous asshole.
I'll bring up a name, Oscar De La Hoya.
No, don't bring that motherfucker. Dumb bitch.
Canelo, why do you hate me so much?
Bruh.
Is it because I fought all challengers and you refuse to fight David Benavidez? Is it because the public will always remember you as a duck?
Each time Canelo Alvarez names a new opponent, Oscar De La Hoya voices his bewilderment, saying,
I keep going like this, scratching my head. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know?
He insists that the fight isn't impossible for Canelo Alvarez. He suggested experienced names like Ronnie Shields or Floyd Mayweather Sr. But then Shields himself spoke up, offering a very different take. He bluntly said that Canelo has reached the natural end of his prime and should recognize it. Shields dismissed the idea that any trainer could turn back the clock, pointing out that Canelo has already proven himself and has a lot of wear on his body.
He sido muy respetuosos con él, con su carrera, con todo lo que ha hecho y la verdad que bueno, yo pienso que él prefirió darnos la oportunidad a nosotros que dársela a Benavidez, que se la pasa hablando cosas malas de él.
My man Turkey Al-Sheikh is making sure that real boxing is on its way back. And he's standing on making the best fights happen, which is why Canelo doesn't like him, because he's demanding everybody to fight the very best.
People want to see the big fights. They want to see the big fights. They want to see Benavidez. That's it. They want to see, to a certain extent, they want to see Crawford. Canelo, the big mega events. So, especially towards the end of your career. Yeah. I mean, this is the fourth quarter of Canelo's career, so might as well give us the big fights. But look, it's his career, it's his choices. 10, 15 years from now, are we going to say you ducked Benavidez or you gave us a great fight with Benavidez? That's the question. I think it'll be a great fight. I think it's a pick'em fight. So that's why I don't understand why not fight? Fight the very best. That's it. Because he's at the elite. He's the top. Yeah. You might as well fight the top. Fight the very best. Whoever they put in front of you. That's what legends do.